Hey everyone, today we're here with Rohit Ghumare. Rohit is a developer advocate at Solo. He's also organized a lot of cloud native meetups such as GDG Cloud Mumbai and AWS. He also has his own DevOps community which you can join. So yeah, Rohit, how you doing?
Yeah, so hope I'm audible. So let's have some chit chat. So what happens? Let's go with our introduction and then we will move forward. So talking about myself, like I'm Rohit Ghumare. As you know, I'm one of the like community guy who is active in the DevOps, MLOps, and developer advocacy. So I'm working as a developer advocate at Solo.io. We will talk more about the introduction again. So when I move to the slides, but for now, that's all I wanted to mention. Yeah, Siddhant, you want to ask anything, or like we can move forward to directly to.
I think we can move forward. So over
Okay,
to you, Rohit. You can start.
okay. Hope my slides are visible. If not, then sorry.
Yeah,
So
it's
today,
visible.
okay. So today we will talk about like how to contribute to any cloud native open source project. Like as you know, like what is a cloud native and why it is everywhere. Like everyone is talking about the cloud native things. So we will go directly to the Cloud Native Community Foundation. So there is one community which has an entire website where various projects are listed which you are daily using, but you don't know like it is in the CNCF kind of a thing. So yeah, we will go through that. And the thing is like open source. Open source is the one of the way like means like everyone is talking about open source, but what is open source and why it is important and how it is related to the hacktoberfest, how it is related to the Devtron, how it is related to the solo. We will talk about the same. So yeah, talking about myself. So I'm Otaku. I'm fine boy. So that is just a fun fact. Another thing is my name is Rohit Ghumare, as it is mentioned. I'm currently working as a developer advocate at Solo.io. So if you know that quite term everywhere, it is famous, which is DevRel, developer relations, and there is some avocado logo attached to everyone's profile. So that is the one of the post. So DevRel is the like as Aditya mentions, like DevRel is the umbrella and every profiles are inside that. So developer advocate is one of that where we it's like my daily job and everything is more on the creating the awareness among the solo products and open source products projects, and also my main motive is to make the technical education simpler as possible of our various open source things. So it is just my position is just like I have to help everyone regarding anything that matters. So, talking about the communities, I am founder of various communities. It's not various, but three of them. So, one is Keep Up. So, this is one of the community which helped me to get to various people and making me public speaker and making me more confident on myself whenever I was reaching out to various folks. So, it is previously it is known as the trainings and internships. So in LinkedIn, if you know, like there is one community known as the trainings and internship. So it is now Keep Up. So where we share the like not we, but I only there. So I will be looking for many new members to make it aware because it is really hard to cope up with three communities at the same time. So thing is, I share the trainings, internships, jobs, and various opportunities there. So if anyone looking for the same, they can go to the Keep Up on LinkedIn and they can get this aware. So we have various WhatsApp group, Telegram channel, and so, various things are there. Another is the DevOps community. So if you are into DevOps, you should must join this community because it is one of the fastest growing DevOps community, and it is launched by me on I guess June or July. So in just 3 months, it is grown to I guess 3,000 members. It has WhatsApp, Telegram channel, and many things. There is developer relations community to making aware of what is the developer, what is the developer advocacy, and where you can learn, and how you can learn, and why, what it is, and how it is different from the technique. Like one of the key domains, like it does, if you are developer, you don't have to work with only one domain. You have to work with the various teams in your company. So which are those teams, and we will talk about the same in this developer relations committee. So if you want to connect with me, these are my handles: Twitter, LinkedIn, portfolio is there. Why portfolio? Because you can check my various contributions till now. Like I have talked in various conferences, events. As I'm talking in this event, I have written various blogs around DevOps and technical trends, free opportunities, free courses, open source, and many things. So feel free to drop me hi anytime if you want, and ask doubts if you have any after this session. So we will not miss, like I had not prepared anything for this today's talk. So I will just go on with various random websites and I will show the demo, like if I am means I if I am at your place, like what I will do to make the any open source contribution kind of a thing. So it is not like we will do contribution directly, but it is like how to do the contribution we will do. I will try to show you in simpler ways. So let's move forward to any of the website. So this is my GitHub profile. So first of all, it is not like to do the open source contribution, you should only go to the like GitHub repository. So that is one of the myth everywhere. So what I would suggest, don't directly move to the GitHub if you don't know anything about open source kind of a thing, and you think like if you're a technical person, there is only code contribution you can do. So it is not like that. Let's move to the CNCF. So this is the website, right? Cloud Native Community Foundation. So as you see, there are projects. So there are various projects like graduated, incubating, sandbox, archive. So what are they? So graduated is something like projects considered to be stable, like they are easily available. Easily available. They are reviewed and it is available, and you can make it to the production ready environment. So that is means the graduated. Incubating is like it is like there has like small number of users, and it has like and it's like it is small number of users, but it has many contributors, many companies are working on contributions toward these projects. So it is very nice. Sandbox is like experimental projects. So if someone wants to experiment, some company or some user want to experiment something, and they want to make it some big project as an open source project, so that comes into the sandbox. So I would suggest, like if you want to start as a beginner, you can move to the any of these projects like Archive, Sandbox, and Incubating or Graduated. But let's take example of the Sandbox any project. I don't know the names. So let's take example of we can go with any of them, like Q Armor is there, Uvaris is there, uh, File is there, Andrea is there. There are various service meshes, chaos engineering. If you know about the chaos engineering, you can go into the chaos blade. But if you're new to the DevOps, I'm sure you don't have the idea about the chaos engineering. So as you see, like there are means whatever is the thing which you know, you will get the idea just by hearing that name. So as you can see, like orchestration, it is mentioned as the orchestration. So orchestration is some kind of similar to the Kubernetes and OpenShift which you are already using. Another thing is this showing us like service meshes. So service mesh, there are various companies in the service mesh. We will talk about the same. But yeah,
Rohit, we can't hear you. Rohit, can you hear me?
Just uh, repository, we can go to that also. Let's move to that. Yeah, so that is one of the website. So as you can see, whenever that is Oktoberfest thing, they are mentioned like this, presented by DigitalOcean and partnership thing. There will be a readme. So as you see in any random project, there is a readme, and here it is also readme. So everywhere they shows like what is they are currently doing and what they needs more. So where you can check like what they want to you to contribute. So there are issues mentioned here, issues. So in issues, as you can see, there are various things there. They are mentioned like support also network policy in Andrea. So they are mentioning like as you know, like OSI model is there. So OSI model has the various layers, right? So in the L7 means application level means application layer, that network policy they wants to means like they wants to support for it to the Andrea. So that's why they are mentioning here. Similar thing we can explore more also. So whenever do the commit, we will talk about the same in this thing also, hacktoberfest thing. So here also you can see like beginners, so they have given you simplified view. In readme only they have showed like good first issue is there, bring your own chart. So if you know anything about the helm chart, you can contribute here, like you can contribute any help chart you want to create and bring here. There are several Docker templates. It is nice. I have checked also. So these are Docker file templates. So whenever you want to create the Docker file, you can use these templates, and you can contribute templates to it. Like that, if you have used Docker file previously. So as you can see in Java, there are two grade Docker files. So if you have created this type of a Docker file for, let me show the example what you can contribute. So there is Django, Flask. So as you see, there is no Docker file for creating the web server. So what you can do, you can upload the one of the Docker file name as uh, like Apache web server Docker file. Just do that thing and you can yeah. So another thing is if you want to launch uh, install Istio Kubernetes, that kind of a thing in just one go, you can launch the Docker file. So that also you can upload here. So this type of things you should think about, and you can directly contribute to these things. So another thing, it is like it is just a core contribution thing. But if you see like this is our repositories. Sometimes these pictures are not aligned or something. So if you are not a coder or something, you don't know anything about the code. You don't know anything about the tech, but you know, like, yeah, this, if you are from the graphic designing and non-tech background, you think like this is not aligned or something, or you can make this picture more simplified and get to the user. You can make this more beautiful and something, and you can make the issue and make the pull request here. So we will talk like how to do the pull request kind of thing. I think it is like you can try the whenever you are moving to the CNCF projects or any type of a projects. Uh, First of all, give it a try. So what I do. So recently, one of the project which I use, where it is Kubernetes, as we know, like Kubernetes, all people use. So I was searching for Istio, where it is. Yeah, there is Istio and everyone is talking about the same. So recently they launched it's like Solo is like one of the lead contributor to the Istio mesh. So we launched the HTM. It's like we with the Google we launched the HTM ambient mesh. So what it does, we will talk about the same. But let's take up the Istio example. Like if we want to do the contribution to the one of the CNCF incubating project, so what you can do, check the community first, like go to that communities and see like how to get involved in the same. So when you go to the same, you will see like there is a author's name, community meeting, what like whenever it is happening. I think it is like these are just documents. Yeah, also on one of the great point it is like you can make the contribution as a technical writer also, like if you want not a technical writer, just I have seen like people are doing the contribution as to translation. So when you go to the Kubernetes this oh, sorry, let me search for the Hindi here. So you will see like there are like majority of people from the India only, because it is uh, because it is like Hindi language. So this is just students. They have done the contribution. So you can do also. It is not like anyone is anyone can't do or something. Content, I guess, yeah. So as you see, there are various language translations are done. So this type of things also you can do. You can convert entire GitHub repository. You can convert that website entirely into the Hindi. So as you see, like when you go to the HI, entire documents, entire anything you open, it is converted into the Hindi. As you see, like about लेखन की उपलब्ध संग्रहीकरण and all. So it is done by one of the Twitter guy, one of the person I know from the Twitter, Kunal. So Kunal Verma. So there are various students and people who are just learning. So Kunal, if you don't know, he is also the intern at the Devtron only, I guess. So I'm not sure, but yeah. So as you see, like there are numerous contributors, and in Hindi, when we check, there will be more of the like Indian students also. So this is the thing which will help you to get into the remote jobs and open source kind of a thing. Another thing it is when we check on the Devton also, if you don't want to make like you want if you have learned to the Oktoberfest to make the contribution and stuff, but you want to make more progress, like you want to do the actual contributions, like fixing the bugs and kind of a stuff. So I guess in Hacktoberfest repository in Devtron, there it is mentioned like you can fix the bugs kind of a thing. So go on this website also, on this repository, as you try it out, this Devtron demo, and try out and check what you learned from this, and can you do any changes into the same. So when you do the same, if you get any like time failure, another thing it is if you want like yeah, like we can use the Argo CD, we can use the flux, but I think there is one more tool I can integrate to this system. So which is that it can be anything, right? So if you think like any tool is there which you want to add, so go to their marketplace kind of a thing, one of the repositories will be there, I guess. So go there and you can contribute it easily. So another thing it is, if you want to make the contribution, there is the docs. There can be a graphic UI or something. We talk about the board. Other thing is code contribution you can make. Try it out. Check the demo. Check where you can contribute kind of thing. Another kind of community contribution you can do. Join their communities. So we talked about Kubernetes, right? So Kubernetes is also on the Slack, I guess. So go on that and check like what people are talking about, how you can make awareness on the same, like how we can solve the errors, kind of thing. So previously, means I didn't directly got the job through the means like open source contribution kind of a thing. I was just creating the blogs and content on the LinkedIn and Twitter. So that is also one of the like contribution, like you are helping people for free. So I believe that is also one way of making people into the open source, is just one of the way you are making the open source contribution. So but after that I also tried to contribute on the same. So what happens if you want to do a contribution, it is just a simple. I will show you one of the demo, like if you are going to the Hacktoberfest thing. First, first step will be just fork it on. Yeah, so create the fork. Yeah. So what happens? What is this fork? A fork is just like which is the original repository. It will create the one of the repository in your profile. So previously there was no profile as a Hacktoberfest on the Devtron in my profile. But when I will go to my profile now, you can see there is one repository attached, which is your hacktoberfest, which is I fork from the Devtron labs. So it is now showing here. But let's see, I want to make any contribution like there is blogathon and kind of a thing. So there is micro blogathon. So what it is mentioned, we love blogs, especially when the blogs are short and crisp. In this month long, we invited, so please refer this for participation guidelines. So if I have like any blog or something, they have mentioned like go to the container talks or dev2 and do the contribution. Your blog should be written in English and not bloggerized. So do the same, and you just have to like submit it in the conducted by the check out the video and give it a star. For example, 300. Yeah, so this type of a contribution you can make. But if I want to fix any bug, or if want to, if I don't think here I can make any kind of a contribution for now. But let's see, if you think like there is some the grammar mistake or something, or you think like Devtron can be added some more tool to it, like it can be integrated to the history or Kubernetes also. So what I would do, I will go to the code kind of a thing. For now, I will show you what I can do in Redmi. If I think like there is some code mistake or something, I will like, yeah, there should be no BR or kind of thing. Your step will be just commit the changes, and once you do the commit changes, it is done. Now, what will happen? People do one mistake. Uh, People do the. I have seen many people like do the merge pull request to the same repository, but it doesn't happen like that, right? Your next step will be go to the Devtron Hacktoberfest, and then here it will be showing you as a like do the pull request. So here you can do the pull request, and it will be sent to the Abhinav, and he will accept it. Another one of the best thing I will suggest you, like look out for the projects which are newly introduced into the incubating it's like incubating projects for the CNCF. As you see, like Istio is recently introduced into the CNCF. So I didn't knew about the Istio previously, but recently I come to know about Istio, and I mean, it's like I knew about the Kubernetes and Istio, but there is like Istio is that much aware of the people I didn't knew. Like it is one of the service mesh which is largely introduced everywhere and everyone is using. So ambient mesh is like recently it's like launched, and it is like experimental project inside the Istio. So you can do the contribution to it. So what happens? It is not publicly announced yet. It is just let me show you one thing. So as you see here, it is it is like uh, recently introduced into the Istio project. Defines a new sidecar-less data plane. So if you have some idea about the service meshes, so there is some kind of a sidecar to every Istio service mesh. So what happens when you launch the cluster and you introduce any application, there will be two pods created at the same time. If you have some idea about the Kubernetes, so there will be like two pods introduced. So every time you create the service meshes. But if you want to get rid of this service, this sidecar, what you will do? It is really tough. Means it is not a wrong thing to have the sidecar, but thing it is like it is increasing your cost. It is making your mesh much hard and stuff. So that's what ambient mesh was introduced, and it is like the solo at means we are it is solo and Google are the lead contributors into the HTTP ambient mesh. So it reduces the cost, simplify operations, and improve the performance. Another thing it is like it is just like newly introduced, and another thing it is this HTTP ambient mesh is not yet public, like production ready. But it is public, but it is not a production ready. So if you want to use it in production, so it is not yet available to people. It is just experimental thing. So is this is like one of the best time to do the contribution. So just you can go to that blogs and documentation, see like if you can do any good contributions here. So try it out. So there are various blogs like how can you try it out and do the ambient mesh with like setup and stuff. There are various workshops and things. So I would recommend you can do the technical contributions also if you want. Just move it to the GitHub or Slack, and so if you have any GitHub, if you think there is some issues you can do, you can solve something. So I guess in Istio, when you check, uh, there should be some name of ambient. I don't know. So yeah, if you want to do the contribution or something, do this. You have to just search for it, like do the Istio. Yeah. So move to it and see any issues if you want, if you can add something. So there is some envoy is to, as you see, if you increase the, it's like if you go to the sandbox and then you go to the incubating and then you go to the graduated, as you see, issues and pull requests are like more and more and more as you increase the way, because more it gets to awareness of the people, more it is hard. It is like more issues are there, and you can solve the more issues. So, and you will get, if whenever your merge request is accepted, you will get that much reach, and these companies will try to reach out to you if you are one of the regular contributing to it, like you have the consistency. These people look for the people like you. It's like if you are one of the like contributors who is doing various contributors and contributions and all, so these companies will see you your contribution and they see like, yeah, there is Rohit or there is Abhinav who are doing the contributions and they have the consistency. Let's reach out to them. They have like they have idea about our user base also, our product also, like how this works and kind of a thing. So this is just one of the way to easily get the jobs, and uh, most importantly, it will help you to get the remote jobs. So that's why I recommend it. Another thing it is, as you see, like here also people are mentioning like couldn't install using the helm and stuff. So just there is some issue, check it out, like what is the issues and if you can solve it and stuff. So yeah, so this is just a handle. Any CNCF projects are handled by one of their community, which is known as the TOC. Whenever you do the commits and kind of thing, so there is a technical overviewing committee or something named this. So what whenever you do the contribution kind of thing, so it goes to the maintainers, and this committee only handles everything whenever you do the contribution and kind of stuff. So they are busy person, but yes, uh, they will keep eye on you whenever you do the contributions, and if you are regular, then they can hire directly into the one of the contributors companies. So many are here from the Google and Red Hat, IBM and Solo, so they can hire you. Similarly, when you do the Devtron. if you are increasing your contributions, you are consistent, you have the idea about entire Devtron GitHub repository products and various things. So why they will spend their time to hire someone who doesn't know anything about the open source and their product? So who they knows that already, it is good, like it is just natural way, like if someone has the idea about their product, then it is better to hire them than hiring some guy who doesn't have any idea about this. So it is like increasing your chances. Another thing it is, don't go for the open source just for the jobs kind of thing, but think it is like it will be major add on to your profile, because it is just next level. Another thing it is like what you are doing. So there are various open source project which is helping people to don't pay anything on their system. So you are using the Kubernetes, and there are means like if you are using Kubernetes directly, you don't have to pay anything. It is just a free of cost. So thing it is like it is open source project and you don't have to pay anything. So which is like how much best it can be, right? So if you introduce new solutions which can help the uh, help to get some open source project which will not means like which can solve the issues which are currently there, like when you want to introduce Kubernetes integrations to your platform, there are many tools which are not available as open source, like Devtron, Istio, Kubernetes, and many are there. So there are these tools are integrated with various tools which are companies tools. So it is also whenever there is someone which has an issue in the Kubernetes or Istio or Devtron, they go to the Slack channel, they ask for the question. So there, if you are, so you are solving that questions. So it is like you are making the means like you are helping the people for the good way, right? So it is really nice. Like open source is solving various use cases, and it is really nice. So I would recommend like go on the CNCF and check out for the projects. There are various projects. As I recommended, there is ambient mesh also. Or thing it is like talking about the same. I am already on this like always recommending the two things, which is learn by doing and learn in public, because whenever you are learning something, do it practically. So if you want to deploy any uh, application, you are creating some Python code or Java code or any WordPress or something, anything you are creating, just do it practically. Just don't go on the videos, watch courses and do it. It doesn't work like that. Another thing it is like learn in public. Learning in public is one of the way of open source. So whenever you are doing the learning thing, share it on the LinkedIn, Twitter, or share it on the blogs. So that will help not you only, it will help others also. Another thing it is, it will also help you to get contact with your HRs, recruiters, and employees from various companies which are solving these use cases, and you are the one solving it. So why they will not reach out to you directly? So I guess that's all for my today's talk. So thank you for hearing me out. And if you want to know more about me and if you want to reach out to me, these are my handles. I guess yeah. So here it is. Like this is Twitter. Twitter. You can DM. You can DM me on the LinkedIn for the open source contributions. And if you are stuck, like how to do the contributions kind of thing, let me know. I would really love to help you. Another thing is like there is remote jobs, roadmaps, and DevOps roadmaps I have written. You can check it out. I have done the open source contribution from the GitHub. So on the documents, more documents I have done the contribution than the GitHub contributions. So you can check that also. Let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you for bearing me.
Hey Rohit, thanks for that stream. It was really informative. I hope everyone got some really great learnings from the stream. You can tweet out whatever you learned from this stream. Tag Devtron, tag Rohit. You can find all of our Twitter handles in the description. And yeah, we have one question. I just learned DevOps from Code Cloud. What should I do after that? Can you please say it in short?
Okay. And so they have started learning from the core cloud, and now they are stuck. So what happens? It generally happens when you do any course or anything which is not only paid courses but free courses also. If you are doing it just learning kind of thing, what I mentioned. So when you do it and you means like you are watching the courses and you are just reading this means like you are just seeing it. But what happens? You have not created anything like written thing or practical thing to check it afterwards. So that's why it is you get stuck afterwards. So that's why I recommend whenever you are learning from something, do it practically. I guess Code Cloud also has the labs or kind of a thing because I heard it from the DevOps community people. So I guess there was labs also, right? When you try it out from the labs, do one thing, make the projects and make that project readily available to people. So that projects you can share it on the Medium blog, Dev2, hash notes, and various things. So these blogs will help to other people's, right? So then when you are solving these use cases, people, these recruiters and employees will know like you are solving this thing. So they will really get help from it, right? So then they will reach out to you like you are solving a use case. Just help me, and I want to explore this more. So or they can give you some freelance. Uh, I'm not audible. No, yeah. So, yeah, they can pay you in freelancing also. It is like nice thing. Another thing it is like when you do the course, do it practically kind of a thing. Afterwards, there are various readily available free materials. So what I do, go on this CNCF or any company's website, go to their documentation, read out that documentation, and practically do it. Like there is some basic thing everywhere on the any website it will be there. Go on to the website and there will check like do the setup on your local system or make the cluster. If you are working on a Kubernetes company, like it can be Kubernetes, it can be GitOps company, it can be your it's like CI/CD and many things are there. So any company go there and check their documentation and do the setup on your local system. Explore these things, do some projects and kind of thing. Try to deploy the application. During this phase, you will get so many errors and so many challenges, and sometimes you can get the bugs also. It will be one of the open source contribution. So all the best for it.
Yeah, I love that point. In tech, you can learn only when you encounter the bugs and errors.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have any more questions. I think we can wrap it up. Again,
Okay, sure.
thanks a lot, Rohit, for coming up here. It was really informative.
Thank you.